people I knew.
Okay.
This was just to tell them about my experience.
Now, who are these people you're talking about that you know?
I spoke to an ex-girlfriend and my brother, and another friend who is in Colorado, which a lot of this stuff started.
He posted on Facebook quite.
How is that relevant, though?
No, and
How
then
is it relevant?
he tagged Wesh News.
Because that's where the hospital is across from.
And I was at work, and then the kids saw it because all these people started.
Where is your issue at? Why is the police here? There's shit that is going down in this city right now that this person could be doing something else about. But he's here mediating or just here talking about something that, I mean, that's far-fetched. That's crazy.
Yeah, let me cut to the chase on you. Let me just talk about you and nothing more than you, okay? Do you feel like you got some idea or desire to hurt yourself?
I don't have a notion or intent whatsoever to hurt anyone else or myself.
Okay.
But if I do anything, it will only be to myself.
But what
I will see to it that I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that nobody gets hurt.
Let me take it a step further. What would be the cause to draw that line and make you think
I say
you
that just to say that,
okay.
But to make that like the end all. Like the details could be anything.
Okay.
Like I cut my wrist or.
No, I'm not talking about what method would you use. My question was, what would lead you to that point of thinking?
See, I know that suicide is selfish, so I could sit here, blow my brains out. I could cut my wrist or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna make a mess. I mean, I laid in the blankets and took a bottle of pills.
When did you do that?
This is a while ago.
Oh, okay. How far back? How long?
A few weeks.
Okay, all right. What happened there?
That with 2,400 milligrams of Seroquel, or it was a knockoff, I should be dead. I should not be here. I shouldn't be alive.
So do you do that just to test the theory?
No,
to see if
like the whole notion of that was impulse.
Okay.
That was, I laid down, I sleep on the floor. I don't know if it's like a PTSD thing or it's just comfortable for me. It's better for my back.
Okay, all right. You feel more comfortable sleeping on the floor?
Yeah, I was just sleeping on the floor and sat up, took the bottle, and laid back down. And when I woke up, I was in bed. I don't understand it.
And all the pills were gone?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember grabbing it and everything. I put the bottle back together, I put the lid back on it, put it back in the drawer, like I was taking one and going to bed. And I just woke up in bed, facing the other way, which I thought was strange. But
so how are you dealing with all of this now?
After that, just started putting together all the experiences I've had and just started doing research on it.
All right. Give me an example of some of your experiences other than the blood clot.
One day I was about to walk outside and I sat down right there. The door was open and I don't know if it was, but it was Ted Bundy eating a sandwich, and to the left of him was a victim. I don't know if that was something that wasn't seen or overlooked. I opened the fridge, Jeffrey Dahmer. He leans in, smells the fridge, and I could see shit in a jar, body parts in a jar. Closed the fridge, there was 2 little girls on the news. One of them was still alive, and she saw her friend get killed. There's just things like that.
Now, how long ago did you experience this?
This has been since I've been back in Florida. It was something that happened to me in Colorado. There was a kid climbing, and I was bouldering, and I looked down, and he could have fallen. So I raced after him, and somebody was recording it. In between the part where I'm going up and then saving that kid, something happens in that video, and I've never been able to see that video. I've never asked anybody, but I heard people talking about it. And something happened in that video, and then that got around town, and then I had a problem with my general manager.
Did they tell you what happened in the video? Anybody ever explain it to you?
No.
What was on that video?
No, I could hear him talking about it.
Okay.
But I think something happened, and just some word got out.
And you think that triggered something?
I told her flat out about something that was going to happen. I didn't understand what was going on, but she had to see something. Later on, I found out she could have died. It was something I did that I guess that didn't happen. There's just a lot of little things that I've experienced. I sat right here before I passed that clock and I looked up and saw the Grim Reaper. Like clear as day, smiling at me. But then his face went to like shock. He didn't have eyes, had these little tentacles and a hood. That was,
What do you think shocked him?
I don't know. But
The
I
fact
should
that
be
you
dead.
didn't
I
die.
know for a fact I should be dead.
The fact that you didn't die, you think that shocked him?
I should have been dead.
He
when
was
I was
cheated
a
out of
kid.
a
When
customer?
I fell out of that tree, that was over 50 feet, and the only thing I broke was my arm.
How long ago was that?
This was when I was a kid.
Okay.
This-
Let me ask you one real important question, and I want you to be totally honest with me, okay? Be 100% honest. In your past, and you're 34?
Three
So,
feet.
33, okay, so say from the time you were like 18 to now, do you have a drug history of any kind?
No, I
None.
smoked marijuana.
Okay,
I'm
but
marijuana
that's it?
free.
Just weed?
No, that's it. Over probably 15, 20 years ago.
Okay.
You know, with experimented with drugs, but I wouldn't say I was a drug user.
Okay. What about heroin and cocaine and all those
No,
things? None
no
of that?
psychedelics, no acid, LSD, things like that. No, I mean, I am curious about microdosing for the scientific aspect.
Yeah, but
I
that
mean,
should
again,
only be
that's
done under,
something that-
yeah, that should only be
that-
done under a doctor's supervision
In a
and
lab,
care
you
so they
know?
can see what the effects are. Yeah, okay. But what about cocaine and heroin?
No, nothing like that.
Never used
Nothing
them
like
before,
that.
at all?
I have, again, over 15, probably 20 years ago.
Okay, now
I
how
mean,
much, back then,
Oh, this
how much
was
did you use?
Literally key
Let's say
pumps,
cocaine.
maybe. I mean, it wasn't anything like over $100, $20 here, $20 there, but nothing like, oh, I'm gonna use my whole paycheck
Over how
for
long a
this.
period of time?
This is
From the time
actually
you
pretty
first started?
months. I could say probably a handful of times I've done
Okay.
cocaine, but
Okay.
as far as heroin, the only reason I did that is because
Wow.
we got it. We thought it was cocaine,
Yeah.
but after that, it was like never again.
When you got a hold of heroin, did you snort it or did you
Oh,
shoot
I
it? or-
snorted.
You snorted it?
Never,
Okay.
nothing, no
You-
needles.
You,
I don't.
you don't,
touch
you don't like
that.
them needle
No.
things, huh? Okay, all right.
But now it's just keep it natural. Obviously mushrooms and stuff like that. But still, I don't do that. Just LMJ. That's it.
Well, based on what you're telling me, with this, the vision of Jeffrey Dahmer and the vision of,
Oh, the Gainesville
Yeah.
Ripper too.
The who? The Gainesville what?
Yeah, just
The guy that
It's,
killed all the kids in
out in
Gainesville.
Oh,
Gainesville,
okay,
Just
okay,
things
okay.
like that.
So you've seen Ted Bundy here and
I
you've seen
the
Jeffrey
say I
Dahmer?
saw. I never saw their face, but just
How did you recognize
just
it
looking
as Ted Bundy?
into. I've read a lot about it. I was always
Oh,
interested.
okay,
in it. I mean, as far as me having a criminal mind, I could think like anybody's capable of, given that they push too far, or they have something held over them. But I don't have the intention to go out and do anything like that, to kill somebody, cannibalize them, position them, anything like that.
He has saw my father. My father's dead.
Did your father die here in the house?
No, in Michigan.
Oh,
But
okay.
he's been gone for what, 26
Oh, okay,
years or so.
okay, so it's nothing recent.
No,
And your mom is still with us?
No, she's gone too.
Oh,
They
I'm
both
sorry.
are.
I'm sorry.
I didn't see her.
Okay.
But he knows how they feel.
All right. Okay.
Again, like you may know what empathy is, but that's a form of advanced empathy. That type of advanced empathy is just a condition.
So do you feel like you have contact with them through?
That's not like I could pick up a phone or call them.
No, I understand.
haven't-
But
I
I'm talking about,
haven't
like,
had
some
that
kind of-
experience since. It
some
was
kind of
just
telepathy or some
once
kind of
on the porch. I
connection.
saw him, and then
You saw who?
her dad,
Okay.
and then in the back I could feel both of them at the same time.
Okay. Any communication going on there when you were?
No, it was more just the only reason was that so I could understand how they feel. It
Okay.
wasn't like I asked them how they felt or anything. The only purpose to that moment was so
Did
they
they take any time to tell you how they were feeling?
It
Or
was
like,
just
yeah, I'm
the
in a better
feeling of
place
it.
and I'm happy and nothing like that?
no words. Just,
No communication whatsoever?
Yeah, no words, just emotion.
Okay, so when you felt their emotions, did they seem like? They were-
No, they were concerned and upset, but they knew
But
that
you had
it
no
wasn't-
idea why?
I have an idea of
Well, share that with me, what is it?
just they're not upset with her. They're not upset with you.
Okay, that's good.
They know a lot's not your fault. but it wasn't anything about me. It wasn't for me.
Do you feel like you have some paranormal abilities?
I believe, yes, a form of psychokinetic healing, but it's not like I could say shoot me and I'll be fine. Psychokinetic abilities stem from things that you can't see. Telekinesis,
Okay,
I could look
so-
at the chair and move the chair. Psychokinesis is I could go in the other room and move the chair.
Right.
But
Right.
psychokinetic healing could pertain to inside, which is why I'd probably be able to pass things or do things inside my body that just wouldn't seem scientifically possible.
Okay.
In the terms of going to a hospital and saying, hey,
But-
this is what I can do. This
But you couldn't, I mean, you couldn't like self-inflict an injury and watch it heal before you, am I
no.
correct? So if you self-inflicted an injury, that's gonna be
I
an
mean,
injury forever.
in all honesty, there's probably a way to get to that point. I'm not searching
Oh,
for it.
yeah,
I'm not driving
yeah.
there. I'm not trying to get on that shuttle.
Okay.
But which goes back to the suicidal, you know. Oh,
Okay.
well, I'll just skip right to the end, as opposed to a nick here, nick there. I mean, I'm not trying to get to the nick part. I'm not trying to go to the end.
Okay, so you don't even wanna visit the,
No,
Beginning of
I don't,
YouTube,
yeah,
let
I don't
alone
have
the
the
end of
notion to get to the next step
Okay.
right now.
you don't have that notion.
No,
Okay.
I have the thoughts of it. What if I did this, or what if I did that? Because I've already done that. But that's because I've already done that. That doesn't mean I'm gonna do this because I've done that. It's because I've done that. What if? Doesn't mean that I'm going to though.
You wouldn't follow up on it on the what if scale?
No.
What if I cut myself, well,
And that goes back to I'll just start at a nick. Okay, that didn't heal. Now what? You know, oh, I could take more pills or something, but that could be the way to the next step.
I think if you took more pills, it'd be fine with stuff, I'm pretty sure of that.
Again, yeah, it's a possibility.
Well, what gives you, do you feel like you're one of these indigo people?
I feel that I can relate to a lot
Okay.
as far as everything.
But do you
on
feel
that
like
list.
you're among that group?
If I'm not, then I can relate to it. Or I could relate to some of the things about them. Maybe not to them themselves. It could be completely different people, have completely different personalities. But,
Have you talked to any specialists about this?
and that's what I have been trying to look for.
Okay.
Just
I only know of one, but they specialize, but they pretty much work out of Lakeside where they've got,
when you say specialist about, like just
About this kind of
paranormal,
thing, yeah.
I can't
About this
find
kind of thing.
I mean, without typing in therapist or therapy or
right,
psychiatrist,
right.
I don't want to go to a conventional doctor.
Well,
about
that's
something
what
like
I'm
that.
suggesting. This,
And I can't really find
over at
anything
Lakeside,
like
they've
that.
got one doctor that specializes in unconventional therapy based on this kind of information. That's his forte.
I would have never. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's his forte. But he will only work with people that are in your category, basically. You're not actually an indigo, but you can identify with them, so you understand them. And the things that you're able to see, like the Jeffrey Dahmer and what's his name, you can put two and two together and he can add that up for you and tell you what you're thinking and what you're feeling about why this is happening to you. You understand what I'm saying? He can explain that to you on a professional and a more understandable level than mom or sister or even I can. Okay, because I'm just a layman. I don't know enough about the human mind to be able to tell you anything more than how to put one foot in front of the other and get to and from place to place. I can do that most of the time. But in a case like yours, this guy is a specialist. He's out at Lakeside, and that's all he does. He's on staff for that only. If you'll let me, I'll take you there.
I'd rather plan it out for a couple of days. If you have his name, I'd like to write it down.
I can't give you that. You have to come there. I have to bring you to him, and I'd like to do that. I mean, now is a good time for both of us, because I'm able. I'm here.
If you have
You're
a
able
car,
to hear
I'd
me.
like to. I mean, I could take a bus down to the police
No,
station.
Matt, why don't you go with
I'd
me?
rather not, because the last 2 times I've been to a hospital, I never got results. And
But
I don't
But
wanna
see,
sit
here's
around.
why. Here's why you didn't get the results.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
You didn't give them, or whoever took you there didn't give them the information they needed to help you along. What I would do is, I would take this along with us, and it would explain what's going on in your thought process. This would get that page turned. So instead of just seeing a psychiatrist, you see somebody that specializes in this kind of therapy. It's just that simple. But whoever took you in the past, or however you ended up there in the past, they didn't explain things the way they need to be explained. And that's what I do. Okay, that's my role in this. I take you there, and then I explain in writing exactly what the issue is. And then they assign him to you, based on his findings of what I write. And I'm good at that. I don't know if there are any other deputies out here who know how to handle that. But I do, because I do a thorough piece of paper on it. I don't just write one line, somebody needs help, give him help, and walk away. I put in why. And as you and I discussed, you have some issues with paranoia that you're not quite certain of and don't understand and need to more thoroughly understand. This guy does that.
I do need some time.
But just go with me and we'll get this done and I'll get you in the scene.
Is this something that I have to, is this required?
Yeah,
So I have to go
yeah,
today?
you need to go with me, yes.
What?
I'm gonna take you with me. I mean, I'd rather you go with me voluntarily and make it easy on us, on both you and me, than to go any other way. If you go voluntarily, we've got it
It's
made.
fine, man. I mean, if
What's
you,
he doing? Oh, okay. Oh,
and this is, I mean,
And I have to do this, you understand this rule.
Actually, can I sit outside and
Hold on,
smoke a
just-
cigarette before?
You know what?
I'll go out, when we go out front, we'll have.
No,
Mom, if
because-
you've got a cigarette for
I
me,
do.
here's one sitting on the seat, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
Yeah.
we don't smoke
Bring-
in the house, though.
Bring that outside
Yeah?
and he can enjoy it before we go.
Okay, so what are we calling this?
This is
Arrest.
what we call, because
This is
it's
arrest.
required for them.
This is arrest.
No,
No, he's not arresting
No.
you.
You're not going to jail, son.
You're not going to jail.
You're gonna go see a mental health specialist that specializes in this. And can I take that paperwork with us?
That's,
Would you mind? Would that be all right with you?
I have a bag that I need to get. Because I
What's
feel
in it?
like that there's things that are gonna not be there when I get back.
Well, like mom would throw them away, or?
She's lost a few important
Yeah,
things.
Have you, Mom?
yes, I guess.
What have you lost?
He gave me his social security card and I just started to this day, I can't frickin' find
Okay.
it.
All right, we're all set. Yeah, let's go out front and get him a cigarette.
I got one.
Got some shoes?
Go!
You want to take some shoes? Sandals, there you go. Some of them Jesus feet shoes. So who set up the train? That wasn't you doing, was it?
No.
I'm nuts about trains. I love trains.
That was my dad.
Oh, your dad and I'd have a good time just sitting there watching that and talking.
Mm-hmm.
You a coffee drinker?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Coffee's my vice.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
I have an answer even if it's wrong.
Okay, like, is this, am I gonna be able to talk to this doctor?
I don't want her.
Based on HIPAA law?
Yeah.
Probably not. Simply because,
He'll never get the help.
huh?
He won't, he's not gonna, if no one
If I'm,
provides,
Mom, look, I'm in handcuffs right now. I don't have a choice but to get the help. So no, I don't want you to talk to the doctor.
You know what a POA is? Okay. Can I take this with us? You mind? All right. So, Mom, you're gonna have the cigarette with him out there?
I know.
Okay.
Sure.
Hot and too red.
I
Got a
know.
little sock out here.
I know,
That's
it's
all
hot.
right.
I'm
Now, can you
traveling.
hold it for him and do all
I
that and
can.
flick his ashes and
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Okay. Leave him behind you there, okay? You can sit like you were, but just keep your handcuffs behind you. If you bring them up front, and I got a whole new issue I gotta deal with.
What's that?
To be tempted.
Yeah, he can't be handcuffed in the front, period.
Actually, I'll just take a drag
There you go.
and then we could go.
Oh, you can sit down, have whatever you want of that cigarette.
I'd rather just have a drag.
Okay,
Mhm.
take a couple because it's Bogart lit.
That's all.
All right, listen,
Okay.
if I come there, this is my.
When they release him, he'll call you.
I
You
know
can come
that,
get
but
him,
you don't
okay?
understand, they took him for a week before and
All
no
right.
one would tell me where he was.
Okay,
No
where
one
we're
would
going
help
right
me.
now is 1800 Mercy Drive. Got it?
Lakeside?
Lakeside. That's
Alright.
where I take them. That's where we're mandated to take them unless they have a physical injury. Can I pull your hood down? You're
Yeah, yeah.
warm, man. All right?
Yeah.
So that's where we're going. And then they'll assign a specialist to it.
I understand that, but I need to make sure they understand all of the criteria of what's going on.
Yeah, if I can't explain it, there's no way you're gonna be able to, because you don't understand half of what he told me, where I do.
Can you call me and let me know?
All I can tell you is that he's there.
No, I mean, when you get done checking him, and let me know he's there for.
He'll be there. We ain't have nothing happen between here and there he'll be there. You got my word on it, okay? All right? Okay. Yeah, have you got an ID for him? Okay. I understand he spells his first name just with one T, am I correct?
Yes,
And is that the correct spelling of his name?
yes.
Okay.
And oh geez, I'm gonna burn myself. So in other words, he could be there for a year, and I'll never know.
He'll be there until that counselor that he needs to see is done talking to him, sure.
Matthew.
Do me a favor,
please
Matthew, and have a
let them
seat,
call
all right?
me.
Mom, give him that cigarette. Let me finish it while I write down his information.
I don't.
Mathew, correct?
Yes.
No two T's.
No.
Middle name? Middle name?
Alan. I'm sorry.
A-L-L-E-N or A-L-A-N?
Ann.
A-L-A-N?
Yeah.
And the last name spelling, please.
G-R-I-F as in Frank, K-A.
Rivka, that's correct, yeah.
Yes.
That's unique.
He has an appointment we're renewing his green card.
Oh, that's right, yeah, he talked about that.
Oh,
last
yeah,
time I
yeah,
was
no,
here.
we got everything,
And his date of birth is what?
5/28, 70.
Come on now, don't let him down.
80.
What's your date of birth?
05281984.
8-4.
I knew it.
No, you didn't.
I know, but
Okay. All right, and what is your first name, Mom?
Joyce.
J-O-Y-C-E?
Mm-hmm. Evans.
Middle name?
Ellen. E-L-L-E-N.
Last name Evans, E-V-A-N-S?
Mm-hmm.
Date of birth?
5/5/55.
5/5/55.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Are you familiar with time displacement?
Yes. You know about time displacement?
I think you
Most
should
people
inform
don't.
that doctor before we get there.
Okay. 5555 and a home phone number or a number we can contact you
407.
27. This is for 27.
Myself. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. 407
47
790
790
6475.
6475. Okay. All right. He'll be in good hands. You got to trust me on this.
I am
All
trusting
right.
you. A POA will.
Okay.
take-
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. all right.
That's how
That's-
you get the information you're looking for.
That's what I need.
Without it,
We don't call this Baker, do we?
but
Because they'll ask me,
here, let me give you a business qualification, okay?
Matt, it's
Just
gonna be
Smoke
okay.
your cigarette, Mom.
Oh
Don't
no,
worry about it.
I just want to give him a hug.
I don't want you to touch me.
County 241 open. Adult male secure 20 Bravo. Can you give me a 1099 over the air, please?
When they released him the last time, he called me and just gave me an address and said, you need to be here at this time.
Mm-hmm.
And he came up with a prescription and a piece of paper, one little piece of paper.
Well, you gotta get that POA.
I got it.
Without it,
I got it.
they'll tell you to pound sand.
Yeah. Where do you find time to learn all this stuff? God, I don't have time.
For what?
Oh, all this paranormal or whatever you call this stuff.
Oh, it just comes through experience from dealing with folks out here. He's not the first case I've had. And probably not the last. But the good news is, at this point, he doesn't feel like hurting himself or anyone else. But that has been known to change in the past, so we deal with it now, okay?
Yeah,
All
thank
right.
you.
That's the case number, so that POA, you can use that as an assist to get one, okay?
Thank you.
All right. We're just gonna take this along so I can attach
You
it to
can
his
have that.
paperwork, and then the doctor will understand what this is all about. All right, my friend, ready to go?
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, sweetheart. I'll come see you in a little bit, okay?
I wanna roll your windows down.
I know, but he needs to go. He really does. He needs the help. I don't think there's anything else anybody can do for him.